All right, a quick exercise for the audience before we start. If I pulled up your client roster right now, I'm pointing to any client at random. Could you tell me in one sentence what measurable outcome they're paying for?
One sentence? Not a scope of work. One sentence with number in it. And here's the kicker. If your answer takes a paragraph, you're not selling outcomes, you're selling activity, calling it something else.
Absolutely. And that one idea is a whole episode today. Where it came from, why almost every agency fails this test at some point, and what to actually do about it. I'm John Suder. This is Bart Mroz. This is Agency Focus, built for founder-led agencies in the $1 to $10 million range. Let's talk about the topic. What are they actually paying for? So this episode started with a post we saw making the rounds. The idea is dead simple. Pull up your client roster. For every client, write down the answer to one question. What is the measurable outcome this client is paying us for?
And the diagnostic isn't the answer in itself. It's the length of answer.
Length of the answer. That's what makes it clever. A real outcome is short. Grow a qualified pipeline 20% this year. Get checkout conversion above 3.5%. Done.
And the paragraph version sounds like, well, we handle their paid media and we do content and there's the monthly reporting and we sort of their specific starting partner.
But that's the paragraph. That's the tell.
And it's funny because when you say it out loud, you can hear it. The paragraph is doing the defensive work. It's justifying the retainer. It's describing the results. And here's what I'll add. If you can't say in a sentence, your client definitely can't either. Imagine your client CFO asks them at a budget meeting, what do we pay these guys for? What comes out of your client's mouth in that moment? That sentence, the one your client says when you're not there, that's your actual positioning. Everything else is just marketing. If you're listening at your desk, actually do it. Pause the episode, open the roster, right? One sentence for a client. Just one.
All right, so let's get into the why, because nobody starts an agency saying, we're going to sell busy work. How does everyone wind up in this position?
3 risks. At least that's the thing. First one, activity feels safe.
Busy work.
Control activity. You do not have full control of outcomes. The client's product could be bad. Their sales team could drop every lead you send them.
Pricing could be wrong. The market could turn.
All of it. Literally all of it. So when you write the proposal, there's pull toward what you can guarantee. Hours, deliverables, meeting cadence, fixed down will definitely happen.
Which is rational. That's a trap. I mean, the procedure is rational.
Yeah. Scope is one. Scope creep. And not dramatic kind, the slow burn kind. Engagement starts with a crystal clear goal. 18 months later, there have been 40 small requests. The retainer covers a little bit of everything, and that original outcome isn't even monthly reported anymore.
Yeah, that sounds so familiar. I'd call that one death by yes. Even yes was good client service in the moment. What happens then?
Yeah, it's always the fun. And the third, reporting rewards volume. Think about the monthly report. 12 complete tasks looks productive. Well, metrics that didn't move looks like failure.
So the metric quietly falls off the slide and the task list gets longer and longer.
Every time, my friend. And then nobody decides to hide that number, right? It just stops getting invited to the meeting. Here's the part I want Lisa to sit with, though. The destination of all those rational decision, activity-based relationships are commodity relationships. What you sell is hours and deliverables. You're comparable to anyone else who sells hours and deliverables.
Commodities, we all know they compete on price, which means the moment a cheaper alternative shows up, offshore team, AI tooling, freelancer, the client's nephew,
you're in a pricing conversation you cannot win at all. The only way out of price competition is to be accounted for something the cheaper option can't promise. That's the number.
All right, let's flip to the upside. Say you run the audit, you do the work. What changes?
3 things. Their The three things every agency owner says they want: pricing power, retention, and a focused team.
All right, let's take pricing first.
When you're accountable for an outcome, conversation is about the value of the outcome. If you had 2 million in the pipeline, nobody's auditing your hourly rate. When you sell activity, every renewal is a rate card negotiation. So retention is the one I'll push hardest out. Clients don't leave agencies that move numbers they care about. They leave agencies whose value they can no longer explain internally.
Say that one again, because that's the line.
Clients don't leave agencies that move the numbers they care about. They leave agencies whose value they can't no longer explain internally. Clients don't fire results. They fire ambiguity. Churn usually isn't you did bad work. It's we couldn't remember why we're paying you. Yes, that's right. And the third thing, the team. This one is underrated. When everyone on account knows the client is paying for, say, pipeline growth, prioritization becomes self-service. Every request gets filtered through, does this move the number?
Yeah, which beats any project management methodology you'll ever roll out.
Right. Junior people get better faster too, because they can connect their work to a result instead of just executing tickets.
Instead of just filling out tickets. Quick counterpoint, because someone's yelling at their steering wheel right now. I can't control it because what if the client sales team is terrible?
And
what do you say?
I mean, I guess that's fair and important. Being accountable for an outcome is not the same thing as guaranteeing it.
Right.
You're not writing performance contracts with penalty clauses. You're agreeing on a number, putting it at the top of every report, and being honest about what's moving, including the stuff on the client side of the fence. But repeat that again, including the stuff on the client side of the fence, because clients will client. Honestly, naming the number gets more covered there, not less. If the leads are great and sales isn't closing, a shared metric lets you say so with evidence.
Right. And right. So ambiguity protects nobody. The number protects both sides. Practical playbook. Someone sold Monday morning. What do they do?
Hour one, roster on it. One set lens per client, number included. No practice allowed. And if you catch yourself writing and stop.
Clamping phrases. Right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Just stop doing it. Start all over again. Then sort it into 3 buckets. Bucket 1, clear outcome on a track. Protect those. Make sure the metric is the headline of every report. First slide, not slide 9. Numbers are a lot. Bucket 2, clear outcome off track.
Brutal honesty. Have the conversation now on your terms. Here's the number. Here's where we are, and here's the plan. That conversation is happening eventually either way. The only question is whether you're in the room when it does. And what's bucket 3?
And the scary one, no clear outcome at all. Those get a reset conversation, and the framing matters. It's not an apology. It's we want you to be able to point at exactly what you're getting from us. Let's define that number together.
So how do those usually go?
Better than people fear. Most clients are relieved. Some finally volunteer to be measured. They want to resist. That resistance is information. They were already at risk. You just couldn't see it on a spreadsheet yet, but a conversation with them will tell you everything. And then one more practical bit. What makes a good number? Because more brand awareness with a smiley face next to it doesn't count.
Or an alligator, as we used to say.
Yes. Now lately. All right. 3 criteria. The client's leadership always cares about it. You're not inventing a vanity metric. Your work plausibly knows it, and you can measure it without forensically counted. Pipeline, revenue, conversion rate, hack, retention. If it wouldn't pass a CFO's eyebrow test, pick a different number.
So this would be the eyebrow test, right? Let's do the
this one or this one. You want that one or that one?
Yeah. All right, we do both sides. All right. And for new business going forward.
Put the question in your sales process. 12 months from now, what number tells you this worked? If the prospects can't answer and won't work toward one, that's a signal about the engagement you're about to sign. One question per client. What's measurable outcome are they paying us for? One sentence, number including, paragraph meets activity, then 3 buckets. Protect, fix, reset. And the question goes into your sales process. So you stop creating bucket 3 clients.
So we want to avoid the bucket 3 clients. And the line to remember, clients don't fire results. They fire ambiguity and mystery.
If you're running the audit this week, tell us what you found. How many of your clients led it in each bucket? Would love to share results, atomized, obviously, for future episodes.
Very good. Any closing thoughts?
Go get the money.
Go get the money. All right. It was a short one this week, but if this conversation hit close to home, and we suspect it did, we'll go deeper on it every week in the Playbook, our newsletter for founder-led agencies. Links are in the show notes. And if you know a founder is still waiting for the market to normalize, send them this one. It might be the conversation they need to have with themselves. And check those buckets, kids. Thanks, Bart.
Oh, those buckets. See ya.
See ya.
What do you do now,